want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
You know what they put in the water, don't you? Fluoride. On the pretext that it strengthens your teeth.
Where do I stand on E3 and the games that are to be released this year? Well, on the conspiracy theories side, of course. E3 actually means 33, which is the highest rank of Freemasonry, and is a number with tremendous occult significance. I believe that the main aspects of entertainment today are controlled and push forward Illuminati propaganda. That being said, the main companies that produce games don't just have a goal to entertain us, but also to place their occult Illuminati belief system in the game. In this video, I will show you the games that I think will have a high potential of Illuminati symbolism, with footage from their corresponding trailer. I'm not saying my speculations are 100% correct. We will have to see when the games are released. These are just short presentation trailers. I'll start with Ubisoft and their most famous Assassin's Creed series. They are still milking the cow to this day on this franchise. Last video I did about it was of Assassin's Creed Unity, but since then I haven't been able to spot much apart from boring gameplay and Spider-Man mechanics, so maybe it's time to redeem themselves by at least bringing some quality good old-fashioned Illuminati content.
I'm thrilled to finally be able to show you this beast we have been building. Without further ado, here is a taste of Egypt.
They're shooting big this time by setting the location in Egypt. Can't go wrong with that. There should be plenty of secrets to find in those pyramids.
We are the first. The first to see the gods. The first to tame their beasts. The first to guard the soul from evil. We conquered this land and built an empire.
The second most relevant release for Ubisoft will be Far Cry 5, and what I can tell you is that throughout this trailer, the Templar flag is most certainly dominating. Horns appear from time to time while sort of prophetic words are being told, and the number 33 is carved subliminally on some guy's arm. I know that they are supposed to be the bad guys in the game, but still, it doesn't matter by who this symbol is being used. The main purpose is to flash it in your face, so it doesn't matter that it is used by the crazy cultists, which by the way, they are made to make fun of religious people and how Christians go crazy. Illuminati have a strong history with trying to make Christianity look dumb.
Something is coming. You can feel it, can't you? You can feel that we are creeping towards the edge. And you can choose a better path. We want you. We accept you. And we will take you. Willingly or not. And some of you may fight. But in the end, you will thank us. I am your father, and you are my children.
The end is upon us!
Which is why Ubisoft also released a title called Beyond Good and Evil 2. Obviously, it is a reference to the philosophy book Beyond Good and Evil, written by a very angry atheist called Friedrich Nietzsche, who died in a mental institution yelling that God is dead. Unfortunately, he is very praised by the world, and he is many times quoted by those who are against God. I mean, you can be against God all you want, but you don't need to be angry or completely insane about it. I have read Nietzsche myself when I was a teen, and I have never seen such a frustrated way of writing in my life. Apart from this game title shoutout, I don't see anything that captures my occult eye, so let's move on to another game title shoutout. Skull and Bones, yet again Ubisoft. After paying their tribute to the Templars and Freemasons, of course they have to give a shoutout to the secret society of Skull and Bones. In 2004, the two candidates for presidency were part of Skull and Bones. I am of course talking about George W. Bush and John Kerry. George Bush's father was also a member of Skull and Bones, and he was also president in 1989. Most recently, I would mention Austin Goolsbee, who was the staff director to and chief economist of President Barack Obama. On the same note of piracy, I would say is also Sea of Thieves, but I can't really say for sure, although it's published by Microsoft, so I wouldn't be surprised if they pay their respects to Skull and Bones themselves. Enter the home of a mind. Ubisoft. This game covers some unethical mind experimentation from what I can tell, which again reminds me of the MKUltra experiments done by the government in the 50s and 60s by CIA's Office of Scientific Intelligence. The program used subjects that did not give their consent to be used in these experiments. The main goal of MKUltra was mind control.
It's not unlike watching a movie, so no matter how real it may seem, it can't hurt you. You were completely safe. You were completely safe.
MKUltra is not a conspiracy theory. The government has recognized and issued apologies for this project, which officially got terminated in 1973.
Thousands of government-sponsored experiments did take place at hospitals, universities, and military bases around our nation. Some were unethical, not only by today's standards, but by the standards of the time in which they were conducted. They failed both the test of our national values and the test of humanity. In too many cases, informed consent was withheld. Americans were kept in the dark about the effects of what was being done to them. The deception extended beyond the test subjects themselves to encompass their families and the American people as a whole. For these experiments were kept secret. The United States of America offers a sincere apology to those of our citizens who were subjected to these experiments.
Mind control is definitely used by Illuminati, and symptoms of MKUltra can be seen in many pop stars. Speaking of MKUltra, here is a Sony release. The game is called The Impatient, and it seems to show us a hospital where crazy experiments are also taking place. The floors seem to be entirely checkerboard, which is an occult symbol used by Freemasons, and the crazy doctor is telling us that he wants the best for us.
You understand, I want what's best for you.
Since the writings of Albert Pike, the Freemasons and other secret societies have been telling us the same thing, but I don't really trust them. I would also like to add that in these MKUltra experiments, the subject's mind was manipulated with large doses of LSD and other chemicals, hypnosis, isolation, verbal abuse, sexual abuse, and different forms of torture. So now you see why I associated the last two game titles with the MKUltra topic. Life is Strange is a game developed by Don't Nod Entertainment and published by Square Enix. Obvious 33 reference there. The game is sort of famous in the conspiracy community for doing random Baphomet's shirt and all-seeing eye flashes. The second rendition of the game will be released soon. I'm not sure if I will play it, because this game is oriented towards a niche crowd, usually teenage girls with daddy issues. What I could note about this trailer is that besides showing a teen smoking some cancer, there are a few symbols that come in series. The crow, which is the harbinger of death, the anarchy symbol, and the all-seeing eye make sure to appear in the presentation of this game. The anarchy symbol is clearly a tribute to the Illuminati pyramid. Now, besides the fact that Microsoft made Windows, which is the ultimate malware virus, apparently it also publishes games. In a very impressive manner, they present their latest game at E3, called Ori and the Will of the Wisps. It seems like the main focus here is an owl. The owl is of course a symbol for the Illuminati, and we can see it used by the Bohemian Grove, thinking that they are the ones who can see through the darkness and guide us all, because we of course are incompetent to be able to guide ourselves.
Send the Nazgûl, all of them.
A game created by Monolith Productions and published by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment comes with an RPG game based on the lore of the Lord of the Rings. What I can see already is that the main character has that Hegelian dialectic duality of the Illuminati expressed in his design, and there are also a couple of catchphrases I liked.
I know what you fear, Tally.
ring can enslave the minds of men. We must hold to our purpose, no matter what the cost.
You fight for Mordor! You fight for the Bright Lord!
What new devilry is this?
I come for you, Town of Gondor.
Try not to kill him too quickly.
It's not enough that Warner Brothers put their Illuminati stamp on movies, they need to make our video games as well. One thing I know for sure, I won't be losing my time in this chunk of crap. And speaking of crap, we have Call of Duty World War II, published by Activision and developed by Sledgehammer Games, who apparently after achieving a world record at dislikes for a Call of Duty Infinite Warfare game in 2016, have decided to make another record at kissing the ass of feminists and allowing you to play as a female soldier in the front lines of World War II, because we all know that's so historically accurate. What's next? Transgenders and furries in the front lines of the Marines? Goodbye realism. Hello social justice warrior feminist propaganda. Oh, and this confusion is definitely an Illuminati George Soros funded ideology. Which ties into the next title, The Last Night, which is actually a recommendation. Why is it a recommendation? The guy made a game in which he envisions a future where sadly modern progressive feminist ideology has won, and he tries to warn people about such a world. Of course, he has been vehemently attacked at E3 by a so-called game developer Purple Hair Feminist. Her name is Zoe Quinn, and she even lobbied for the United Nations to censor free speech on the internet to prevent cyber violence. Therefore, I stand in solidarity with Tim Soret, and I wish his game all the best. Creative Assembly did a pretty good job with the development of the Total War franchise, and I don't think they're Illuminati, but I have to nitpick this trailer. It has this purple storm of the apocalypse going on, similar to the one in that Katy Perry video with the pyramid, and it is also the symbol chosen by Ubisoft for their logo. Trust me guys, this purple storm appears in many other things, it has become part of the Illuminati trademarks. The spiral is probably the oldest symbol in mankind. In the occult world, it is the ancient goddess symbol of universal pattern of growth in nature. But a variation with 3 lines was used by some to represent the number of the beast, 666. In the case of this trailer, we do have the spiral with 3 lines. I don't really care that there are countless factions with different particularities in this game. It is this symbolism that they chose to represent their game in a trailer. These things are not made randomly. State of Decay 2, I don't have anything to say about this one, except the graphics and animation look like they were made 5 years ago, and it's just a zombie game, so it's not like it's going to compensate with the story. Waste of video space, although zombies are really good metaphors of how most of society and its people are in today's world. Many of the world's population are truly like Walking Dead. Here's something worth to talk about. Bethesda is releasing not 1, but 3 games. Yes, the mothership of all Illuminati in gaming has come to supply. Dishonored, Death of the Outsider. This trailer has 3 elements that I would like to mention. One is the message on this wall. Second is this all-seeing eye assassin.
We're gonna kill the outsider.
And third, this character with the black goo eyes. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. Bethesda decided to do a big trailer on this one, 8 minutes. Even the gameplay trailer has more cinematics than gameplay. But yeah, when it comes to Illuminati propaganda, I would say they are going full on transhumanism in this game, which is a big goal for the Illuminati. Kill what is human, become one with the Borg. Also one eye is marked. So again, the all-seeing eye connection. There will probably be a lot of stuff in the game. One of my biggest Illuminati symbolism videos is made on Wolfenstein 2009, and I have yet to do an analysis on New Order, because I think it definitely has something to do with the New World Order. Speaking of the Colossus, there's also this Sonic game with Nephilim giants called Shadow of the Colossus. The third Bethesda game trailer from E3 comes from The Evil Within 2.
You didn't find what you were looking for because they didn't want you to. But I'm here now, and I have the answers you're seeking. Although I'm not sure you want to hear them. Mobius knows you've been following us. You think you have an understanding of how powerful they are. They're everywhere, and they've been watching you for a long time. I'm sorry, but you just don't say no to them.
Tango Gameworks are really good at making Illuminati symbolism. I've made a big episode on the first Evil Within, so I'm looking forward to see what occult symbolism they have installed for us in this new iteration. So far, it all seems to be revolving around this white goo. We usually like to talk about the black goo, but what if there is something about the white goo? Also check out this character here, which I think means 6 in Hebrew. Remember that Monster Dream connection? I'm also expecting some MKUltra references because the first game was basically a documentary on it. In the gameplay trailer, I see the black goo all-seeing guy, and the Double X or IXXI is also making a comeback. Here's an interesting one. This game is called Strange Brigade and it's made by Rebellion Entertainment. It seems to be about adventures in a world with a lot of archaeology, so there will be a ton of artifacts with different influences from different cultures. I don't want to be a hypocrite and call it all Illuminati, but this Anubis, god of the afterlife, really caught my attention. And then the actual symbol for the game is based in Babylonian cults like Zoroastrianism. I don't know what to say though. Rebellion Games is just making innocent games like Sniper Elite, where you shoot people in the testicles. But who knows, maybe they've taken a leap into the occult. Time for some more transhumanism. Developer Quantic Dream has decided to make a game where you play as an AI creating a revolution to try and bring forth equal rights between the AI and humans. This is clear Illuminati transhumanism propaganda, and it doesn't surprise me that the AI organization has the triangle as a logo. I have nothing against triangles, but in this context, it definitely has an occult Illuminati significance.
My name is Marcus, and just like you, I was a slave. But then I chose to open my eyes, to take back my freedom, and decide who I wanted to be. Now I have come to tell you that you can be your own masters.
We're with you! I'll follow you, Marcus!
I'm with you, Marcus!
I'll follow you, Marcus!
Then follow me! My name is Marcus. I am one of them. This is our story.
Welcome to a world without light. You are weak, undisciplined, cowering behind walls. I command manlings conquered worlds, waged war across the galaxy to prove my worth. I alone am worthy of a traveler's light. You're not brave. You've merely forgotten the fear of death. Allow me to reacquaint you.
Destiny 2. I know you guys want me to say something about this game. Well, Activision is responsible for creating the Call of Duty franchise of AIDS and is also the publisher for this Destiny game. Many of you have reported that the first Destiny had a lot of occult symbolism, but I did not play the game, so I don't really know what's up. What I can say about this new trailer is that some sort of sphere with a 6-pointed star symbol is shown, and this character, which appears to be the main villain, is based off of the Sumerian winged gods. Sumer being one of the first advanced civilizations that we know of, and with Babylon being its predecessor. In this case, the game might be telling us that these primordial gods are about to return, maybe?
Conquered worlds, waged war across the galaxy to prove my worth. You've merely forgotten the fear of death. Allow me to reacquaint you. Your light is mine.
Here's what Capcom decided to put as a background for their Marvel vs. Capcom gameplay trailer. These symbols also look Sumerian and Babylonian to me. Capcom also published a game called Remember Me, which is full of occult, and I've made an entire episode on that one. It's actually my first Games Exposed episode.
The memory of a single man is a fortress, more complex than the vastest of cities. But we invented a key to the fortress. There are no secrets anymore.
Another interesting release from Sony is God of War 4 for the PS4. And I've been told by my viewers that God of War is a series that has a lot of occult symbolism. Fortunately, I do not play games on PS4, I am more of a PC kind of guy. But what I can see from this trailer is that Kratos is also marked on one eye. And there is also this Ouroboros symbol on the God of War logo.
What is this?
It's the World Serpent.
Stay calm, boy!
I am!
What does it say?
He wants to help us!
And for the people who are interested in playing something that is definitely not Illuminati, here is the reveal of Metro Exodus. These guys did not come with a bullshit trailer. If I want to watch a movie, I go to the cinema. These guys came with real gameplay of what they made, superior graphics from the Ukrainian team at 4A Games, and what looks to me like an interesting and fun gameplay, which is what games should be about. I wasn't disappointed by the previous Metros, so I think this one will live up to its predecessors. Anyway, that's kind of all I wanted to share from the E3 presentation. I'm sure there are games that I've missed out. Please let me know if you find more interesting things from a conspiracist point of view. I'll be sure to check your suggestions. Looks like I already have a ton of analyzing to do this year though. Thanks for watching the video, see you guys next time.
I want the people to know that they still have 2 out of 3 branches of the government working for them, and that ain't bad.